Hello, I'm Adam Barralet and welcome to this Crystal Connection video where we're exploring the crystal of tree agate. Now, tree agate is a crystal that has these white kind of background and then you have these beautiful green markings through them. And they kind of look like trees, hence the name. But also, these green markings are sometimes called dendrites. And dendrites comes from the Greek word dendron, meaning trees. So obviously, it looks like a forest of trees growing within the crystal and it can be quite spectacular. Now, all agates are very nurturing and comforting and have a really kind of soft energy that kind of supports you throughout the time. This variety of agate in particular, though, really hones into the energy of trees. So when you think of a tree, what do you think of? Well, I think of growth and abundance. I think of strength and stability. I think of obviously connecting back with nature and being a real catalyst to returning back to our own natural balance as well. And those are all the things that you're going to find tree agate is really helpful for. So in this video, we're going to dive into different ways that you can work with this beautiful crystal to bring harmony, balance, and all those powerful attributes of trees into your life. Tree agate is a beautifully grounding crystal, and whenever you're feeling a bit emotional and getting a bit overwhelmed, then grab this crystal and either wear it for the day or hold it in your hands and just take some nice deep breaths. This crystal really kind of facilitates more mental rationale rather than kind of getting, emotional about things. So if you're finding that your emotions are getting the better of you, this is great. So in any time of grief or shock or trauma, this is a nice crystal to just slip into your pocket and bring yourself back into that kind of real grounded state that we would associate with a tree. This can also be used and has been used for many, many years as a protective talisman against any kind of energy vampires, buzz killers and, people that like to ruin your dreams and all those types of things that kind of drain you and just afterwards you feel really flat. Again, by wearing this, especially over the center of the body near the heart, can be really protective. And when people, try and ruin your great ideas or drag you down, just kind of touch your hand on that crystal and just allow it to kind of reinstate that strength and faith in what you're doing. Trees, regardless of what the weather is doing, still continue to grow. They just stand their ground and then, when the weather's right, they stretch out again. In fact, whenever you're in any adverse weather, this crystal can be really powerful in helping to protect you and bring in that resilience as well. Now, you can also use this as a Feng Shui crystal. In certain Feng Shui principles, it's always good to have a plant in different parts of your house. If you don't have a plant available, or if you don't really have a green thumb and didn't kill them, or there's just not enough light in that area and it's hard to find a plant that survives there, try a nice piece of tree agate and maybe a couple of bits of clear quartz to amplify that energy out. And that can also have a similar effect. We all want to bring nature into our lives as much as we can, and so this can be a really great crystal to help bring that natural influence just from its own personal energy. Being connected with trees and growth, this is definitely a crystal of abundance. It can be used in so many different ways. Now, this doesn't just have to be financial abundance. What kind of abundance would you like more of in your life? What would you like to grow and be really plentiful? Would it be money? Would it be love? Would it be friends? Would it be opportunities, clients, all these different types of things? Well, hold your tree agate into your right hand or your projective hand, whichever hand you write with. Most of us it will be a right, some it might be your left. Close your eyes and visualize what it would look like and what it would feel like to actually have that more abundant thing and send that energy and that image into that crystal. Now, after you've done that for a little while, continue to carry that crystal with you each day. And even when you're not thinking about that abundant lifestyle, that energy is still sitting in that crystal and going into your energy field. That will allow you to become and remain in a vibrational match to that kind of life that you want to bring in. And you'll start to see opportunities crop up in different places. Now, when it comes to gardening, are you a gardener or do you tend to kill all your plants? Traditionally, this has been buried in fields to help crops grow really well. So whether you've got a whole field of crops, whether you've got a small garden or just a couple of plants that need a helping hand, then tree agate could be a really great crystal to plant in the soil, bury there and help. This can also be a really great crystal when it comes to revegetation jobs or roles or conservation that you're involved in. Maybe your local government is rehabilitating a bushfire affected place. Planting tree agate will actually help the energy of the trees in that way to get back on their feet and flourish and that type of thing. Maybe land has been cleared and you're reforesting it and part of that. Then again, tree agate can be really helpful in that way as well. As humans, we tend to look at ourselves as being these conscious, sentient beings, but many indigenous cultures still see that not only humans, but animals have a consciousness, as do plants and trees, even rocks and different rivers and things like that as well. Tree agate can help you to connect with those conscious beings, the other people other than ourselves, whether those be animals or especially the plant kingdom, especially in tree agate's situation. What I recommend you do is go out in nature sometime. Take a bit of tree agate and hold it in your receptive hand this time, the hand that you do not write with. Just feel its energy coming in. Just walk through the forest and find a spot that you're drawn to, and particularly a tree that speaks to you in some way. Just somehow there's some kind of magnetic drawing. Allow yourself to sit down next to that tree. Maybe you sit with your back against its sturdy trunk, or maybe facing the tree with maybe your forehead on the tree. Connect with the crystal, connect with the tree. See what energy comes through. See if that tree could talk to you. What would it say? Go into a bit of a meditation. Allow yourself to open up your consciousness to not just connect with other humans, but not even either just animals, but also other plants and trees, and see what this tree has to teach you. You can also use tree agate to connect with the mythical beings of the earth realm, which are the gnomes. The gnomes know all the knowledge of the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, the crystal kingdom, all the different kingdoms, and how we can be guided and healed by these kingdoms as well. You can close your eyes and visualize the gnomes around, and the gnomes can give you guidance on all different things, especially when it comes to physical well-being, physical prosperity, abundance, and healing as well. So if you need some guidance from the earth, whether it be the trees or the gnomes, tree agate will facilitate that connection. When you've been using a crystal a lot, or you're about to use it for something really important, then you're going to want to cleanse it. And I like to use different elements of the earth and of this planet to cleanse each different crystal depending on its energy and what you're using it for. When it comes to tree agate, obviously the element that is best connected to is the element of earth. So you can either bury it in the earth overnight and leave a little marker so you can find it in the morning, or ideally planting it or placing it near a tree, against a tree, or if a tree's got a little hollow in it, place it in there overnight and allow its energy to come back into balance. Now, of course, as I said before, you can use this to connect with other different aspects of nature, including trees and also animals. You can also use it in meditation to connect with a different animal guide. Now, normally when you watch my videos, I talk about one particular animal that connects with this each crystal. But what I found with tree agate is whatever animals tend to be the tree residing animals in your environment, these are the really nice ones to connect with. So it could be something like local birds, it could be something like koalas, squirrels, what lives around you that resides in the trees. They obviously that call the trees home have that medicine of the trees as well, and can really help to bring you guidance on some of the things we've been talking about in this video. When it comes to essential oils as well, I would go for any big tree oils. Now this may be oils that give us oils from their, or trees that give us oils from their wood, such as something like cedarwood or sandalwood or arbor vitae, or also from their leaves like cypress, fir or spruce. Bring those aromas in, and again it's going to bring in that natural kind of energy, that feel, and allow you to connect with that essence of nature more. Now this would be ruled by the planet Venus as well as the asteroid Ceres, which both govern the day Friday. So Friday is the best day to work with tree agate. Have you worked with tree agate before? Another really nice thing to do is to pop it out in the garden, and it does tend to attract beautiful butterflies and other helpful insects into your garden as well. But I'd love to hear about your experiences. Please leave a comment in the section below. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm Adam Barralet. Blessed be.